My name is Justice Kwabena Aqua, yes, and I'll be your tour guide.
I'm in a state of anticipation right now.
And historically, this land changed hands about 5 times among the Europeans. The Europeans fought among themselves for this land. They knew very well that whoever occupies this land controls the gold and the slave trade. And when you control the trade, the basic thing is you will make money. There's a church on top of this dungeon. That was the Church of England. Yeah. So to them, it was more like their conscience was clear. Oh, God approves of what we are doing here, so I'm not doing anything bad.
Was that like heaven and hell?
On earth, yes, it also showed heaven and hell, because if you find yourself there, and I bet you it was more than hell in the male slave dungeon. Around the 1800s, this business got to its peak. And I do say that capitalism evolved as a result of this trade, the transatlantic slave trade. So now businesses and enterprises ventured into this business. We can also say for a fact that some businesses exist today as a result of the slave trade. In North America, I can talk about JP Morgan. I can talk about Barclays Bank. I can talk about Bank of America. I can talk about Bank of England, Lloyd's Bank, and I can even talk about Wall Street in New York.
We are the economic foundation of America.
Our history is literally the untold story of American history. We're here on the corner of Broad and Wall Street. There was a wall that ran down this street.
We were literally the first stock on the New York Stock Exchange.
Wall Street started as an auction for slaves. There's a port closer to Wall Street, so captives from Africa were taken to Wall Street where they were auctioned. And apart from that, there were stockbrokers who owned slaves, so they could lease out their slaves to planters or to miners.
When you go back to Confederate money before the Civil War, you will actually see pictures of black people picking cotton on the money. Black people, you on the money. Everybody realizes your value but you. The entire economic foundation of the United States of America, then and now, is based on us.
It was a Black Friday. I remember when the drama began. Another day of aggressive shopping. Tempers flare, so many victims dropping. That's why I call it Black Lie Day. Another way to get caught up like dope. Prices are lower, so you spend more, now you're broke. Used to have faith, but now it's useless, lost hope. Now it's a black every day. Everything gonna be okay. I'm buying black, my only means is to make a way. My only business is capitalizing. Now it's a Black Friday.
Street owns the country. It is no longer a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, but a government of Wall Street, by Wall Street, and for Wall Street.
Wall Street, New York, baby, financial district. As we educate and empower the masses about money, how to get it, how to grow it, and how not to blow it. Come on now.
There's so many people right here, especially minorities, black people here right in New York City, not realizing the power of where we stand. Right now I stand here on Wall Street, and a lot of times people don't even understand we were brought here, okay? We were brought here and we were sold and we were slaves here.
Let's just talk about self-worth in terms of how it's been shaped by the history of slavery. Most black women never consider that history is shaping their money.
If you look around, there are thousands and thousands of businesses here and people working 9 to 5. You're still a slave. You came here and you were a slave and now you're still a slave.
So when it comes to black women and self-worth, a lot of us are still making what I call self-esteem money. Self-esteem money is the money you would pay you based on what you think you are worth.
Why is that? Because you have not mastered the idea that you don't have to be here and work for someone. You could be here and make the millions of dollars. When I first came down to Wall Street, I said, I'm going to make my first $1 million here.
We all, I believe, have an empire living within us. It's about how we learn to develop, grow, and honor those gifts and know that they are worthy, not just to be praised, but to be paid.
What my prayer is for us is that you and I, my sister in success, that we stop putting our money on us and we start putting our money in us. When we learn how to be our own best thing, when we learn how to invest, when we learn how to save, when we learn how to monetize versus serve instead of giving all our time to the church or to that sorority or to that PTA group, we start investing that time in your dreams.
Women, we are natural caregivers. So we give our gifts away for free, and it's a beautiful thing. But I think as we think about economic growth and financial sustainability, we have to begin to learn to use our gifts to build businesses.
In 2009, I walked away from my 9-to-5 job and tried my hand in entrepreneurship. I found myself right down here on Wall Street, and I said, I'm going to make my first $1 million here. And let me tell you, it was no easy task. I remember driving home to the Bronx every day crying and in tears, feeling like I should just give up and I don't want to be here because it was hard.
We are an economic superpower. We are that. And I think if we begin to hone and develop our financial literacy and understand that we are not just consumers, but we are creators. You know, we are inventors and we are business people.
When I first came down to Wall Street, I said, I'm going to make my first $1 million here. And I knew I needed to do that, not just for me, but I needed to do that for many women around the world. Being the only African-American female millionaire on Wall Street in real estate, doing it big, is like, why? Why do I have to be the only one?
Black women are on the rise. This is a wonderful time in human history to be a black woman entrepreneur.
So I'm happy to share my story, and I'm happy to share and encourage anyone that's trying to do their own thing in the entrepreneurial world. Just keep pushing, keep striving, because you're going to make it.
I believe with every ounce of blood in my body that it's going to be the healed black woman who transforms the world.